Manchester United 2, Tottenham 0. This is your full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Saturday afternoon, where Manchester United make it 8 games unbeaten under Michael Carrick, 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12. I think we can safely say that Michael Carrick is one step closer to getting the permanent manager's job on a full-time basis at Manchester United. The football we're playing is night and day. The difference in quality is night and day since Michael Carrick took charge. And the quality of the performances, the quality of the play, the quality of some of the set pieces, and some of the quality and the one-touch football between some of these Manchester United players is very, very excellent to see. And obviously Tottenham's downfall today was obviously Christian Romero, their captain, who's come out and publicly criticised the Tottenham board, the football club, and basically has now got himself a four-game ban now, obviously because of his stupid red card today. And I think Thomas the Frank engine is going to be getting very, very, very fed up with Christian Romero. 4-game ban. His captain has basically let down the club again today. And Tottenham are basically a shit show. Tottenham are a shit show. Let's call a spade a spade. Tottenham are an absolute shit show, to be honest with you. They're an absolute shit show. I think as soon as they go down to 10 players, the game plan's gone out the window. The plan that they had to go to Old Trafford completely went as soon as Romero's red card was confirmed. And I think, unfortunately, from a Tottenham perspective, there was not really anything they could have done about it. It is a red card. It is a very, very dangerous tackle. And I think Casemiro has come away very, very lightly that that's not an end-of-season injury, because that tackle from Christian Romero is absolutely disgusting. Like, it is such a dangerous tackle. It's an ankle breaker. And I think Casemiro has come away very, very likely that he hasn't got a serious injury today. He's come away without a serious injury. So thank God Casemiro has walked away from that tackle, because the tackle from Romero is an absolute disgrace. It is a disgusting tackle. And I agree with the decision. It is a red card. When you look at the replay, when you look at the way he went in on Casemiro, it is a red card. I don't think the Tottenham captain can complain about it. It is a stupid decision. It is a stupid tackle. And from a Tottenham point of view, it's not really going to help Thomas the Frank engine, is it? I think Thomas Frank has taken Tottenham gradually backwards. I think Tottenham came into that game today playing a back three, exactly what we were doing under Ruben Amorim. And basically, it shows that the back three doesn't work. The back three and the setup that Tottenham went with today does not work. And I think Man United took full advantage of that today. And I think it really, really helped when Tottenham went down to 10 players, because we had the momentum, we had the extra player, and I think it really, really helped us get that win today. Obviously, the second half was a little bit frustrating because it took a very, very long time to find that second goal, but we deserved the win. We deserved the points. It's 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12, and it looks like that Manchester United are only going to get bigger and better. And I honestly think that Manchester United have basically found their next manager. I'm going to go for a comfortable Arsenal win against Sunderland. I'm probably going to go 2-0 Arsenal at the Emirates today against Sunderland. Game should have been 4-0. I'm very, very pleased with the performance. I'm very, very pleased the way we are playing some of the football we are playing. The difference. If you're new to my TikTok, smash that like button. Please give me a follow. Would really, really appreciate your guys' support as well. But Tottenham are a shit show. Tottenham are an absolute shit show. I've got no sympathy for Christian Romero. I've got no sympathy for the Tottenham fans, and I've got no sympathy for their support. Very, very bad team under Thomas Frank. I think he's gradually taken Tottenham backwards. And I think it clearly shows that he's probably going to be a dead man walking after tonight. And it would not surprise me if Tottenham sack their manager. It would not surprise me if Tottenham sack their manager after this today, because as soon as you go down to 10 players, the game plan's gone out the window. What can you do with a man like? What can you actually do? Tottenham couldn't do anything. Christian Romero is going to have to take a lot of responsibility after today. Romero is going to have to take an absolute responsibility, because he's let his supporters down, he's let his fans down, he's let his manager down, he's let his teammates down, and it is a stupid tackle. Like, in Christian Romero's mind, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what Romero's even doing, thinking going in on the tackle the way he went through on the follow through. It's absolute. VAR clearly would have said it is a red card as well. And like I said, Casemiro's lucky he hasn't come away with a broken ankle, because that tackle is absolutely disgusting. The tackle's disgusting. How Casemiro has walked away without a broken ankle, it really, really does surprise me. But again, it's the correct decision. The referees had no choice. Michael Oliver had no choice. And I think the VAR would have agreed with the red card anyway. I think a yellow would have been very, very soft. But I think in the end, the red card is a red card. It is a dangerous tackle. It took you 4 years. We are winning the league. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow. Would really, really appreciate it. I'm pleased with the performance. I'm pleased with the result. I think Michael Carrick is one step closer to getting this job on a full-time basis. I think we have to confirm that right here, right now. I think if the results carry on like this and the performances carry on the way they are as well, then I think you're going to have to give Michael Carrick the job. I don't think Man United are going to have no choice, because if you bring another manager in, loving the jacket, by the way, clean. Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I think Man United will have no choice but to give Carrick the job, because if you bring another manager in and it all goes wrong again, then Man United are going to look very, very stupid. So if you give Carrick the job, they would have to back him in the summer, of course. They would have to bring in players in to improve the current team, of course. But obviously, I think Man United are still going to take their time. I don't think Manchester United are going to rush a decision. I think Manchester United need to make the right decision, because we don't want this going wrong. But it goes to show that that performance was there for the taking today. Soon as Tottenham went down to 10 players, they were there for the taking. They were there for the taking, and we took full advantage of Tottenham's demise again today. I think soon as Tottenham went down to 10 players, you could look at the rest of the players. You could look at Thomas Frank. You could look at his coaching staff. You could look at their fans. You could look at their supporters in the ground today at Old Trafford. They knew the game was gone. They knew the game was gone. I mean, Romero's come out and publicly criticised Tottenham as a whole as well. He has massively criticised the club and the way things are, and he hasn't done himself any favours today. And I think in the end, he's going to have to take a massive responsibility from that game. Tottenham. He's cost Tottenham a possible draw, or maybe an unlikely win. Go and catch Arsenal for us, lads. I mean, I'm not out now. I'm not ruling anything out now. I still think we can get second, and thank you for the GG, very much appreciated. I still think we can catch Man City. I still think we can catch Aston Villa, because obviously Liverpool are playing Man City tomorrow. Villa also have to play this weekend as well. And if results go our way, we then face an away game against West Ham on Tuesday night. That is possibly going to be 5 wins from 5, 15 points from 15 as well. I think things are looking very, very good for Manchester United. Things are looking very, very good. The football we're playing is night and day. The quality of the play, the quality of the set pieces, the one-touch football is an absolute blessing to watch some of the football we're playing at the moment. It is an absolute blessing to see some of the performances that we are seeing, because we didn't recognise ourselves, and second is possible. Absolutely, finishing second is a massive, massive possibility. If we could finish third, or if we could finish second, I'm taking it right here, right now. I would take that right here, right now. If we can finish second or third, I will take that, because that's Champions League football. We'll be back in Europe. It will help with the summer transfer window as well. Pleasing set piece. The little one-touch football to set Brian Mbeumo up, who cannot stop scoring, is an absolute fantastic goal. It is a fantastic, fantastic goal, because training ground set pieces are now proving a point on the pitch, which is also pleasing to see. How do you feel about the red card for Romero? Manchester Red City always be your shadow. Completely agree with that. Absolutely nailed on as well. I think it's a straight red card for Romero. The referee would have had no choice, and I think if he would have given a possible yellow, then I think VAR would have got Michael Oliver over to the monitor to give a red card, because it is a disgusting tackle. It is a disgusting tackle, and like I said, from a Tottenham perspective, the game's gone. The game is gone for them. They're not going to find a way back, are they? Let's be honest, and let's call a spade a spade. As soon as they go down to 10 players, what can you do? Like, what can you do from a Tottenham perspective? You're going to have to park the bus and hope Man United don't find the back of the net. But I think as soon as we found the opening goal, we settled down. We got very calm. We started to relax a bit. We had the extra man advantage. And we knew Tottenham were there for the taking. we knew Tottenham were there for the taking. And that's exactly what we did. We took full advantage of Tottenham's demise. We had the extra man advantage, and Manchester United did what Manchester United have to do. We've won early. We've gone 5 points clear of Liverpool. We've gone 4 points clear of Chelsea. We're 2 points off Aston Villa, and we're only 3 points off Manchester City. So things are looking very, very good for us at the moment. We need to keep up this momentum. We need to go and do exactly the same again on Tuesday against West Ham. If we can make it 5 wins from 5, 15 points from 15, we can finish second, we can finish third, and I think we will take that as a very, very successful season, because it'll be back into the Champions League, we'll be back into Europe, and Manchester United will be getting back where we need to be. Sesko should have scored that goal. Yeah, I would agree. Sesko did have icing on the cake moment to make it 3-0, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And I feel bad for Sesko because there was a clear opportunity to grab that third goal, make it 3-0, and obviously Bruno would have had another assist for a set piece. And Bruno Fernandes has now broken another record. He has made over 200 contributions to Manchester United Football Club. 200 contributions since he signed in 2020. 200 contributions in a Manchester United shirt from Bruno Fernandes. I mean, what a player, what a captain, what a leader. He has his critics, he has his doubters, but it does prove to show. I think Bruno Fernandes is probably one of the best ever midfielders this club has had in its history. It's one of the best midfielders I think the Premier League has had the grace to see him. And I think he's going to go down as a legend. He's going to go down as a club legend because he has done so much for this football club. He's provided over 200 contributions with his assists today as well. So Manchester United have probably got the best number 10 in the league. Manchester United, in my opinion and in my view, have got the best number 10 in the Premier League by an absolute mile. Without him, we don't have that creativity. We don't have that maestro in the midfield that we need. And that is exactly what we've been missing. We haven't seen that for God knows how long this season. The games have been frustrating. The performances have been frustrating. And that was because Ruben Amorim basically got this wrong. Ruben Amorim was a criminal of his own mastermind. His own downfall was beginning as soon as he took charge. And Michael Carrick has come in and worked fucking miracles with the squad he's got. He's worked absolute miracles because some of the football we're playing, we weren't doing this under Amorim. Some of the one-touch football we're seeing now, we weren't seeing that under Amorim. Some of the performances at the moment are beautiful to watch. Even though the second half was massively, massively frustrating because we had to huff and puff to blow that Tottenham house door down. Because that second goal, we needed to find that second goal because with about 10 to 15 minutes left, there's always going to be an opportunity for Tottenham to try and grab a draw, which, again, I think Tottenham probably would have taken a draw. I think they probably would have taken a point at the end of the day. But I don't think they were going to be able to do that because they were down to 10 players. I mean, what can you do with 10 players? I mean, you can throw on as many players as you want. You can have Xavi Simons on the pitch. You can have Solanke on the pitch. Kolo Muani on the pitch. I think Tottenham tried everything to get a result. But I think the game was done as soon as they went down to 10 players. The game was done. The result was gone. Any possible of trying to walk away from Old Trafford with anything was going to be massively, massively unlikely. And again, from a Tottenham perspective, you're going to be angry. You're going to be pissed off. But again, your captain is responsible. We have the best attack in the league. I would agree with that. I think at this moment in time, we have got the best attack in this league by an absolute mile. And people will say, well, look at Man City, look at Liverpool, look at Arsenal, look at Chelsea. I think we've got the best attack in the Premier League by a fucking mile. I don't think any other club in the Premier League can compete with the attacking options that we've got. Because you've got Mbeumo there, and Ahmad, and Kuna, and Sesko. You've got Fernandes, you've got Casemiro, you've got Mainu, you've got Xerxes, you've got Lacey in there. There's so many attacking options that we've got in that club that I don't think any other club in the Premier League can compete with it. I don't think anyone can compete the way we are at the moment. How did Sesko miss that chance? I think Sesko didn't realise the ball was up behind him. I think he didn't realise that ball was behind him on that third goal opportunity. And it is frustrating because you want to score as many goals as possible. And I think Sesko would have liked to have made it back-to-back goals in back-to-back games. But unfortunately, the ball is a little bit behind him. So unfortunately, we couldn't bury that chance today for Sesko. But again, we've won 2-0. The second half was frustrating. And I was getting frustrated because as long as it was 1-0, there was always going to be a Tottenham chance. There was always going to be Tottenham opportunities. There was always going to be Tottenham counter-attacks. But what could you do with it? Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate you guys if you're watching. What could Tottenham do? I mean, you're down to 10 players. You look at the rest of the players on that pitch. Tottenham aren't playing good football. I mean, I don't know from a Tottenham perspective how Thomas Frank is still in charge. I mean, they're doing really well in Europe. But when it comes to the Premier League, Tottenham are really, really struggling. And I don't know why that is. It's a really, really strange one. They play well in Europe, but when it comes to the league phase, they really, really struggle. And I don't know, is it because the formation Tottenham are using? Because they are using a 3-4-3 system. And Ruben Amorim was doing exactly the same thing as Man United's coach. And it didn't work. And we were playing shit. The football was bang average. And I think if you're seeing that at Tottenham, a 3-4-3, you're going to go and look at performances with Manchester United under Amorim, and you're going to be looking at thinking, Ruben Amorim was doing exactly the same thing. He was using a 3-4-3 setup, and Thomas Frank is deploying exactly the same formation, the same tactical approach, and the same setup. What Ruben Amorim was doing. So from a Tottenham perspective, you've got to question the Tottenham hierarchy. You've got to question why did they give Thomas Frank the job? Because Thomas Frank's not doing a good job. I've never seen Tottenham so bad in all my life. I've seen Tottenham at good points. I've seen them great under Pochettino. I saw great football with Conte. I saw great football with Mourinho. But as soon as they've brought Thomas Frank in, Thomas the Frank engine has taken Tottenham so far backwards that he's now got them in a relegation fight. I'm not saying Tottenham are going to go down, but it would be fucking hilarious if it was to happen. They're 9 points above the bottom three. They're 9 points above the bottom three. So if Tottenham were to go down, Thomas Frank is going to have to live with that forever because he's taken an okay mid-table Tottenham team out from the Prem into the Championship. And if other results go against Tottenham today, they are going to get closer and closer to that bottom three. I think Tottenham are in big trouble after today because your goal difference isn't helping. You've now lost Romero for the next 4 games. And Thomas the Frank engine, I think his job now is hanging by a thread. I don't know how Tottenham can still employ this joker. And there was a lot of Man United fans wanting Thomas Frank to get the United job in the summer. There was a lot of fans out there wanting Thomas Frank to get the United job. I am so glad we didn't go anywhere near that now. Because if we were going to do exactly what we did under Amorim under fucking Thomas Frank, we would be in the situation Tottenham find themselves in today. 9 points above the bottom three, and results are potentially going to go against them today as well, and tomorrow. So Tottenham are in big trouble. And I think, again, you're going to have to look at your captain. I'm giving Bruno Fernandes player of the match because he found the second goal where we were struggling in that second half to grab that second goal. And he's also had over 200 contributions in a Man United shirt today since he signed for the club in 2020. So I'm going to give Bruno Fernandes player of the match because without him, we've got no creativity in that midfield. We haven't got that maestro who can do that slight bit of magic to make something special happen. And look at his goal, by the way. Look at his goal, by the way. And you can see why the TNT commentators were waxing lyrical over it. You can see why, because it is such a fantastic goal. It is a great finish. And I think finding that second goal, it took the nerves away. It took away the anxiety. It took away of that pressure needing that second goal. Soon as we got that, the Tottenham heads dropped. Their confidence was gone. The morale's gone now completely because you're 2-0 down. You're down to 10 players. You know the game's up. You know the result is gone. So, again, from a Tottenham point of view, you couldn't do anything today. But they're the masters of their own downfall, Tottenham. They are the masters of their own downfall. And it's quite laughable to think that they're chanting champions of Europe. Yeah, in a really shit Europa League final that they still go on about. They're chanting champions of Europe. We know what we are. And it's like, do you realise how shit you've got under Thomas the Frank engine? I don't think Spurs fans realise how in denial they are because they're absolutely shit. Like, Tottenham are crap. If they were to go down, it would be fucking hilarious because you couldn't even, you've got yourselves into the Champions League by winning a really shit Europa League final that no one really thinks about or gives a fuck about now. But look at your league form. Your manager has taken you on the verge of being relegated, and the Tottenham hierarchy have still kept that muppet in charge. And I don't think, they're using, Tottenham have got all these injuries, Tottenham have got all these injuries. That's no excuse. Tottenham have still got players there. Tottenham have still got players available to them that do have quality. But unfortunately, when they've got a shit manager and a shit coach playing a shit formation and a shit setup, it's only going to spiral out of control. And I think that's been happening for a very, very long time at Tottenham. They've been sacking manager after manager, Mourinho, Pochettino, Conte, Postecoglou, and they've now brought Thomas Frank in. And you would have thought, he would have taken Tottenham up to the next level. And it went all right at the start, but look at the Tottenham derailing now. It is so fun. It's so funny because you're thinking you're going to come to Old Trafford and get a result. And maybe if they kept 11 players on the pitch, they might have got a result. They might have kept the result. They might have got a draw. But at the end of the day, I think Romero's a fucking idiot. Like, Romero has made these comments and criticised Tottenham publicly. The club, the hierarchy, the board. And he's probably now made himself look like a right fucking muppet. He's made to look like a right clown. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, do you not realise the advantage you've given Manchester United today? Do you not realise how stupid you are going to be made to look after this game goes badly wrong? Because Tottenham, they did have a chance. They did have chances. You look at the Conor Gallagher chance early on through the game. There was a chance through Conor Gallagher to grab an unlikely lead. That didn't get taken. And the really only decent chance in the second half came from Xavi Simons, who, to be fair, is probably Tottenham's best player. I mean, he's got the creativity. He's got that number 10 position sealed down to a T in that Tottenham team. And he's probably their best attacking player they've got. But then they're using, Tottenham have got this and that player out. No excuse. Every club has got injuries. Every team gets hit by players' injuries. That's no excuse from a Tottenham perspective. I mean, they've lost Udogie today as well. They've lost Udogie to injury as well. So, again, there's not really any excuse from a Tottenham perspective. There's no excuse. And I'm not feeling sorry for Tottenham. Soon as you went 1-0 down, you couldn't even defend that set piece properly. Couldn't even defend the corner properly. And again, like my dad, me and my dad have both been watching the game. There was no one marking Mbeumo in that Tottenham box. There was no one marking Mbeumo, so we basically had a free shot on goal. And it clearly shows what we're doing on the training ground is now working in the big games. And fair play to Bruno Fernandes for getting to that ball into the box. Fair play to him, because setting Bryan Mbeumo up, another goal against Tottenham. Bryan Mbeumo is slowly but surely becoming my favourite Manchester United player ever. I mean, his contributions in the goals that he has scored this season, I honestly thought bringing him in for Brentford, paying all that money, I was really thinking this is really going to have to work. And it goes to show what a player we've got in Bryan Mbeumo. Like, what a fucking player we've actually got. Like, it goes to show paying that money for him is actually paying off. It really is starting to pay off. And I'm really glad for him that he is doing what he's doing in a United shirt, because he can't stop scoring. Like, Bryan Mbeumo cannot stop scoring. And it's such a pleasing sight to see. It is so pleasing. And I think that's like a goal against City, a goal against Arsenal, a goal again today. That's 3 goals in his last 4 games. Again, we were struggling to score goals last season. And look at the difference now. We had Rashford, Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund last season. We've now gone from that to Mbeumo, Kuna, Sesko. Like, the difference we've got in our attack now to last season is night and day. We didn't have that last season. We were struggling to score goals. That problem's been solved. That problem has been massively solved. So, in some hindsight, you've got to give credit to the club for bringing these attacking players in. You have to give some type of credit, because it's like they've solved the attacking problem. And that's being shown on the pitch because we are so more attacking now than what we were under Amrin. We are such a more attacking team than what we was. I think if Amrin was still here, we would have struggled against Arsenal. We would have struggled against City. Fulham would have been the same, and so would have been today. I don't think we would have won these 4 games in a row if Amrin was still here. And maybe Amrin was the culprit of his own downfall. Maybe Amrin wanted to get sacked. Maybe Amrin wanted to go. Because at the end of the day, the performances were showing. The results were showing. Maybe Amrin did this to himself. Maybe Amrin did do it to himself thinking, you know what? I'm going to get sacked anyway. So I might as well derail this whole rebuild and structure that we've put in place so I can just get myself out of here. But I think it goes to show that Amrin did massively, massively get this wrong. He got Manchester United so wrong. And from a coach point of view, you think to yourself, maybe Amrin was the problem. Maybe Amrin was the problem after all. And a lot of fans like myself couldn't see it. I wanted it to work. I mean, I wanted Amrin to really work. But looking at it in hindsight now, it goes to show that Amrin didn't have a bloody clue what he was doing. Like, look at the transformation in the midfield. We were playing a 2-man midfield and playing wing-backs. We've stopped that and gone back to a traditional 4-3-3. What does work? Maybe if Amrin would have went with that formation and that setup and the tactical approach, maybe Amrin would have been still here. Because I bet Amrin sat there right here, right now, scratching his head thinking, they couldn't do this under me, but under Michael Carrick, they've won their last 4 games in a row. And I think it's the first time we've won 4 games in a row since the days of Eric Ten Hag. And it's like, it is puzzling, isn't it? Like, in hindsight, you think to yourself, we were so shit under Amrin. But as soon as Carrick's in, we've gone and won our last 4 games in a row. 12 points from 12. We're in the top 4. We're in the Champions League spots. And it's looking even bigger and better for us. So, I think, again, if you give Michael Carrick the job, I think you can't really blame us for doing it. But if you were to give him the job and then it was to go wrong again, then we are going to be in big trouble. We are better lately. It seems since he was let go was the right choice. Yeah, I think maybe letting Amram go in hindsight was the right thing to do because you've brought Carrick in. We've gone back to a 4-3-3. We're playing a back 4. We've got a 3-man midfield. We've got a 3-man attack. And it goes to show that that's working. It goes to show that this 3-4-3 bullshit that Amrin was using wasn't working. It was always going to be doomed to fail. So having Carrick in charge now seems to be a blessing in disguise, right? I'm no longer moaning. I'm no longer criticising the club. I'm no longer, moaning about performances and results. Because it easily could have gone wrong under Carrick. It could have easily have gone wrong. We might not have beat Man City. We might not have beat Arsenal. We might have been nowhere near top 4. We might not even been in the Champions League spots. I mean, imagine if we wouldn't have beat Fulham. Imagine if we wouldn't have beaten Arsenal and City. Like, where would we have been right here, right now if Carrick wouldn't have won these 4 games? We would have been fucking nowhere. We would have been absolutely nowhere under Carrick. We would have been nowhere. But, the performances are there. The results are there. Carrick has taken Manchester United from the abyss right onto the verge of Champions League qualification. Like, I would give him the job now. Like, if it was me, I would give him the job now. But if you were to give him the job, we could be sat here in 18 months' time thinking, we might be sacking him now. We might have to bring in another coach. And they were discussing that on commentary. Like, if the performances are like this and the results are going to be like this as well, you can't not give Carrick the job. But in 18 months' time, we might be sat here having the same discussion, sacking another manager thinking, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why did we give him the job? We don't want to be like that. So I'm taking one game at a time. I'm not rushing to any conclusion. These last 4 games have been amazing. 3 goals against Arsenal, 2 against City, 2 against Fulham, 2 against Tottenham. That's 9 goals in our last 4 games. Like, it goes to show Amrin was getting this wrong massively. He is showing Manchester United what they can really do. I know it's a push, but we can still win the league. I'm not saying anything's being ruled out. I'm saying anything's possible under Michael Carrick. If the performances continue and the results continue, then bring it fucking on. Bring it on. Like, I'm not afraid anymore. Like, I'm really not afraid to go that extra mile saying, do you know what? Let's catch City. Let's catch Villa. Let's go and try and chase down Arsenal. Imagine if Michael Carrick wins us the league. I know it's a big, reality. Imagine if he gets us the league title as interim manager. You would have to give him the job. You would have to do it because he's won you the league. You're back in Europe. You're playing in the Champions League. And you've won the league title. I still think that's gone. I still can't see us catching Arsenal. I think the Arsenal train is just going to keep going now, especially after the Leeds result, and I fully expect them to beat Sunderland today as well. So I just want to finish in the top four. I want to have Champions League football. That's my main aim now, is to get Champions League football, finish top four, and I'll take that as a rebuild. I will take that as like, you know what? We did the right thing. Sacking Amorim was the right thing to do. Bringing Carrick in was the correct decision. Because if they would have brought Ollie back, you never know what could have happened. You never know what would have happened. So I'm so pleased at the moment because obviously the football's there, the quality's there, the difference is night and day. And Carrick has brought back so much confidence, positivity and belief to this fan base because a few weeks ago we were all on the floor. We were all on the floor, weren't we? We were all on the floor. Like, I think as soon as we sacked Amorim, I think at the end of the day, we didn't know what to do. Like, we did not know what to do. But look at these last 4 games. 4 wins in a row, 12 points from 12. If someone would have said to me after I did a reaction to Man United appointing Michael Carrick, if someone would have said to me, you'll get 4 wins in a row, 12 points from 12, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I really probably wouldn't have believed you. I'd think there's no chance, there is no possibility that we are going to do that. But we are doing it. We are doing it. And it goes to show that Carrick is getting absolutely everything nailed on. He's doing everything right. His substitutions today, I thought were the correct ones to go with. And obviously, I think, for the second goal from Bruno, it really helped Sesko missing that ball. Because obviously Bruno was at the Tottenham back post. And it's a great finish from Fernandes. Like, the goal is such a fantastic finish. Like, you don't see goals like that at Old Trafford a lot, but the finish and the quality from Fernandes to get us that second goal really helped today. And I'm really pleased for him. Like, I'm so pleased for Bruno because he's such a masterpiece in the midfield. He is such that he demands respect. He's started to show what a captain is again. He's starting to show real leadership. And he's really starting to get back to that Bruno that we all know and love. Because under Amorim, that Bruno Fernandes wasn't there. And I'm really pleased for the players. I'm really pleased for the fans. I'm pleased for the supporters. I'm happy for everybody worldwide right now. I'm really happy because, I didn't expect to be talking about Manchester United in such a positive aspect. I really didn't expect it. And now looking at it, it's like, oh my God. Look what we're doing now. It's because we are finally playing Bruno where he was meant to be played. Exactly. Amorim got a lot wrong. Amorim got a fucking lot wrong at this club. Playing players out of position. Playing a 3-4-3 that was never going to work. Making the midfield an absolute liability. Playing players at wing backs wasn't helping. That didn't help. That did not help the Ruben Amorim cause. He got so much wrong that eventually he was probably going to pay the price anyway. And I think, sacking him in hindsight was the correct thing to do because bringing in Carrick so far has been a masterstroke. I mean, I expected to beat Tottenham today and that's exactly what we've done. So I'm really pleased with the result and I'm really pleased with the points. Obviously, the second half was the frustrating part because it took ages to find that second goal. We had 2 goals denied for offside as well. We easily could have had 3 or 4 goals today. Like, if the players would have timed their runs better, we would have had 3 or 4 goals against Tottenham today. Tottenham were wide open. Like, I've never seen Tottenham so bad. They were there for the taking after 1-0. They were there for the taking. And it showed. It showed by their play. It showed by their performance. Those Tottenham players don't have a clue what they're doing under Thomas Frank. And again, in hindsight, you probably feel Romero has made a point that the ambition at Tottenham stinks. And he's probably going to go in the summer. He's probably going to go, Christian Romero. I think he's going to have no choice but to go now. Sesko had so much time and should have scored. I do feel bad for him. Yeah, we could have put the icing on the cake. It would have been huge. We could have put that icing on that birthday cake. It would have been so nice to taste. And it's still nice to taste now. We've won 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12. I'm really pleased. Like, I'm so pleased with today that it goes to show that this football club, we are finally slowly but surely getting back to where we need to be. And if Michael Carrick gets us Champions League football, gets us top 4, give him the contract, give him the job. Because you could bring De Zerbi, you could bring Tuchel, and then this goes wrong. So I think the most sensible decision, maybe give Carrick another year, see how it goes, and then we go from there. See how it goes. See how we do. I wouldn't want to give him the manager's job full time, and then we're sacking him in 18 months. That's what I don't want to be doing. I don't want to be sacking another manager. I don't want to be doing that. I really, really do not want to be doing that, because if we do, we'll have the same conversations in 18 months. We're sacked another manager. It's not looking good, bruv. But today goes to show that it was what I was really pleased with. I mean, we've got Kobe Mainoo back in that midfield. Like, it's such a blessing to have Kobe Mainoo back in that midfield. It's such a blessing to have Mainoo back in that midfield where he belongs. He was treated badly under Amram. Amram treated Kobe Mainoo like dog shit. He treated him so badly. I don't know if Amram had an agenda against Mainoo. I don't know why Mainoo wasn't playing under Amram. But having him back in that midfield, there's so much sophistication. There's so much calmness on the ball. He doesn't bring pressure from the opposition while he's got the ball at his feet. Kobe Mainoo in that midfield gives us an extra man. It brings so much more calmness, sophistication. It slows things down. We don't rush to pass and we don't play 30, 40 yard passes anymore. Kobe Mainoo back in that midfield has made things so much better. There's an extra man in there to help Fernandez, and there's an extra man in there to help Casemiro. Having him back, and it's a big call having Mainoo back in. It is a big call, but I wouldn't even rule Mainoo getting back in the England team. I wouldn't rule Mainoo getting back in the England team for the World Cup. I really wouldn't. Because his performances are showing that Amram treated Mainoo wrong. Amram got it wrong with Mainoo. And I think Amram has got to take responsibility. Because Mainoo is doing what Amram... Mainoo is basically saying one finger up to Amram. You treated me like shit. Now you're gone, I'm back. And he's doing that. It's basically what 2 fingers up to Amram. It really is. Because Mainoo doesn't panic under the ball. Mainoo doesn't panic under pressure. Mainoo is bringing so much calmness into that midfield. Like, his passing ability, his calmness on the ball, his feet at the ball. Like, you've seen some of the runs he has with the ball and the way he gets past some of the opposition players. Like, it's magical to watch. Like, Mainoo is one of my favourite players. Mainoo is one of my favourite players at this club. Like, he's got so much dedication and passion. Like, there's a player in there bursting at the seams, isn't there? That I'm going to prove Amram wrong. I'm going to show that clown what I can do. And he's doing it. Like, he is doing it. Like, there's a guy that, you know, we were playing a 2-man midfield under Amram, and that was a disaster. The midfield was getting walked through because who would you consider our most crucial player? I think I would say at least 3 players are in there as crucial. I think Fernandez is obviously massively crucial because we don't have that creativity in the midfield if Fernandez isn't in the team. We rarely lack him in that team when he's not in it. I would also say Brian Mbeumo because he's now got 10 goals for the club this season, which is a massive return on his investment bringing him in from Brentford. And again, I would probably say Mainoo. Like, I would probably say those 3 are our most crucial players at the moment to turn this club around. I think those 3 are massively relied on, performance-wise, results-wise, contributions. I think those 3 are probably our most crucial aspects of players that we've got in this team. And I think they are making such a difference in the team now. Would you consider Kuna as crucial? I'd say Kuna's a crucial player because we're having to use him off the left at the moment. Maybe he's not as comfortable there as where he is at the moment because he is a number 10. He can play down the middle, etc. I don't think Matthias Cunha's comfortable on the left. Because Cunha's on the left, it's because we've got Dorgu out injured still. So that's the only reason why I don't think Cunha has been... Obviously, he was crucial against Arsenal, got the winning goal. He was crucial against Fulham, got the second goal. I don't think he had his best performance. Look, I don't think he had his best performance, though, in my opinion. But he's still a fantastic player. He is still a fantastic player. And I think I'm blessed to see him in a United shirt. Like, he was Wolves' best player last season by a mile. And I think as soon as we got him in, excitement levels went through the roof for me because we've got such a baller in him. Cunha's got the skill. He's got the quality. And look at the chance he had today. Like, if that goes in, the chance he had early on in the first half, that would have gone down as goal of the season. That would have gone down as goal of the season because if that goes in top bins, you're going to be talking about that not for just weeks, not for just days, but months. You're not going to forget that Matthias Cunha strike. Do you reckon Dorgu should be starting over Cunha? I think Dorgu will come back in as soon as he's fit. Obviously, Cunha's got an opportunity to be starting week in, week out, which is good for first-team football, so he's getting opportunities to prove to Carrick. You may have Dorgu out injured, but I'm here to, show you what I can do. And he is doing that. Like, he is still contributing with his performances. He is still contributing with his runs on and off the ball. He's doing a lot of the groundwork again. So I would say when Dorgu comes back, I don't know how long Dorgu's going to be out for. I don't know how long Dorgu's going to be out for, but I think Dorgu will come back in as soon as he's fit. But I don't think we're going to rush the Dorgu injury because if he was to go out injured again, we are buggered. So there's a lot of opportunities at the moment that these players are taking. And do you know what? Fair play to Michael Carrick as well. Because he could have easily changed the team. He could have made hostile changes today. But he's stuck with the same team. He is stuck with the same team against Fulham. And he's stuck with the same team against City. No, not City. People have been saying 10 weeks. Yeah, the Dorgu injury is looking about 10 weeks. So we're looking at beginning of April, the second week in April, maybe the Leeds game at home. So we're potentially looking at that. So I would say that we are looking at that. The Leeds game potentially is the first game back for Dorgu because it is 10-week injury. So it is a lot of players getting opportunities, and like I say, Michael Carrick has stuck with the same team against Fulham. And he's stuck with the same team again today, which I think is the correct thing to do because I wouldn't change a winning team because there is a mentality in there from the players that he's using at the moment to play well and produce performances. And that is exactly what we're doing. We're showing consistency. We're showing consistency. We're showing quality. We're showing levels of performances that I've not seen at Old Trafford for 18 fucking months. Like, if we were to go back to the beginning of December 2025, you look at the games in that month, we should have beat Everton, we should have beat West Ham, we should have beat Bournemouth, Wolves, Newcastle. Like, there's so many games we could have won, we didn't. And that was because Amrin was just a complete and utter fucking muppet. He was a complete and utter muppet. Like, he was getting it so badly wrong that he was always going to be doomed to get sacked anyway. So I think, Amrin, looking at hindsight, is probably going to have to hold his hands up saying, do you know what, I got this wrong. I should have listened. We should have changed it. And we would have probably got better. But it was just getting worse, wasn't it? And maybe if we would have sacked him in December, things could have been looking so different right now. We could have easily been right in contention for the title. I just don't think we're winning the league. I think Arsenal are going to win it, in my opinion. I think Arsenal have got it won. But I'm not ruling out finishing top two. I think if City slip up against Liverpool, or if Chelsea slip up today, then there's a big opportunity for Man United to take full advantage of those clubs. And we've taken advantage today. Like, all we've got to happen is Chelsea, Liverpool and City and Villa all slip up. That's all what's got to happen is that all those clubs slip up. And unfortunately, one of those clubs is winning. Chelsea are already 1-0 up against... Chelsea are already 1-0 up, which is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, Chelsea are already 1-0 up against Wolves, which is no surprise because Wolves are fucking shit, just like Tottenham. But again, I think Tottenham's downfall today, I think a lot of those Tottenham fans and supporters are going to be massively pissed off. Because I think obviously they're looking at Romero as a captain, they're looking at him as a leader, they're looking at someone to go to for leadership, advice, support. And as soon as that gets taken off the pitch, then I don't see how Tottenham were going to get a result. And I've got no sympathy for Tottenham. Like, they created their own downfall today. They've paid the price, and rightfully so. They've paid the price rightfully so today. And I think Romero as a captain will have to take massive responsibility for his performance and his recklessness. How he's not broken Casemiro's ankle, like, I don't know. He's a fucking idiot for it, though. The challenge is disgusting. The follow-through is horrific. If he goes it any deeper, that's Casemiro's ankle gone. And I think United would then be thinking, shit, we now need a midfielder. So I think Man United are probably breathing a sigh of relief as well, because the club would have got bullets off the fans if Casemiro would have broken his ankle following that Romero tackle. The club would have got bullets for it. They would have been absolutely fucking slated. But again, it's the correct decision. Tottenham are down to 10. They deserve to be down to 10. And again, we won the game from there. We basically won the game from there as soon as they went down to 10. There was no way Tottenham are going to come back. Even if they did find a goal, which looked unlikely, like, they still had players on that pitch that could do something. They had 2 good chances today, and Tottenham did not take them. I thought he did break it at first. Yeah, do you know what? When you look back at the tackle, when you look back at the replays of the Romero challenge, I thought Casemiro's ankle was gone. I thought, shit, he's down there for a long time. This isn't looking good. And if we would have lost Casemiro, the club would have been looking like, yeah, we're idiots. We should have got a midfielder in. And again, I still think we should have brought one in. Obviously, I'm disappointed we didn't do anything in the January transfer window, of course. I'm massively frustrated with that, because it's like there was an opportunity to bring an extra man in to help the midfield situation. But to be honest, I thought that was going to be Casemiro's last game in red, and luckily to keep him on heart. Exactly what I've just said, word for word. Casemiro's lucky he's walked away with just a tackle on the ankle, because that goes any deeper, that's an ankle break. That's 6-7 months out, or a year of a broken ankle. You break your leg, your ankle, you're fucked basically. You're up the creek without a paddle. So I think Casemiro's very, very lucky he's walked away. But Romero's an idiot. Like, I can see why he's criticised Tottenham, because in hindsight, he's like, the ambition of this club stinks. But when he's the captain, when he's meant to be the leader, you would have thought, keep yourself on the pitch. Don't be stupid. Don't do anything harsh or rash. And unfortunately, Romero basically fell for the ploy. Romero has fell for it today. United has to bring in Elliot Anderson to replace Casemiro. I think that's something to talk about in the summer, to be honest. I'm not really talking about that happening right now. It'd be nice if it would have happened in January, but obviously, of course, it's not going to happen now, because obviously January's shut and we're focusing on the summer transfer window. But yeah, like, I think the downfall from Tottenham is remarkable, to be honest. The downfall of Tottenham is remarkable under Thomas Frank. Like, he's getting so much wrong. Like, he had Dominic Solanke on the pitch, Conor Gallagher on the pitch, Xavi Simons on the pitch, Van der Veen on the pitch, Romero on the pitch. Like, Tottenham have got players. They had players there to do a job. And the Tottenham players don't respond to Thomas Frank. You can tell by that today. We battered Tottenham from minute 1. We absolutely battered them. It could have been a cricket score. Because that is how wide open Tottenham are. Like, they've got no confidence under Thomas Frank. There isn't anything there. Sorry, but from a Tottenham perspective, your players are shit. You're playing European football, God knows how. God knows how Tottenham have got as far as they have. It's really puzzling. My fear is who is replacing Bruno when he departs. I don't know. That's the big problem we're going to have to figure out. When Bruno does go, that's going to be the fear of who do we bring in. Because you're going to need someone on his level in that midfield, in that number 10 role. and I think we're going to find it really difficult to do that. I think it's going to be really, really difficult. So I think that's a conversation for another day once we know when Bruno does finally leave the club. But he is so influential in this team. Like, Fernandes is our best midfielder. Like, to have over 200 contributions in a United shirt since 2020, it goes to show what a player this guy is. Like, it goes to show when we brought Bruno in the way we did in the year under Ollie, we had a midfield crisis. We had so many midfielders out injured that season. And to go and get Bruno in January of that year in 2020 was a blessing in disguise. Because imagine if we didn't have Bruno. Imagine if he went to another team and we didn't sign him that year in that January transfer window. Could you imagine if he wasn't here now? Where would the creativity be? Like, where would it be? It wouldn't be there. We wouldn't have that leader. We wouldn't have that our Portuguese Magnifico in our team. We wouldn't have him. We wouldn't have all these over 200 contributions. We wouldn't have it. Like, it goes to show we are lost without Bruno. Like, I've slammed him a couple of times. I've criticised his performances in the past because some of the performances haven't been there. And some of the way he's performed and acted as a captain haven't been there also. But, you know, today he's really, really helped the team. Like, he's got 200 contributions or more today, which is a remarkable achievement for this football club. He's bringing so much quality, sophistication, leadership, a role model, a captain. There's a lot of players that look up to this guy. And it's like, without him, we are fucked. We are fucked. Not just today as well, since Carrick has been reported he has picked up massively. Exactly. That's because Bruno is being deployed in the number 10 position exactly where he needs to be in the team. That's where he needs to be. He needs to be in his correct position, playing the way United do. And that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we are doing. We're doing things correctly in the correct way. We're not playing players out of position under Carrick. And I don't think Carrick's a guy you want to mess with. I don't think Carrick's going to be a guy that you want to piss off, because I don't think Carrick is going to take any messing. And thank you for all the likes, by the way. Carrick doesn't take any messing. And that's clear to see. Carrick does not take any messing up this football club. He doesn't take any messing. And I don't blame him. I don't blame Carrick because he's got so much right. Obviously, it was squeaky bum time against Fulham. It was squeaky bum time against Arsenal. But we still found a way to win both those games. And to win 4 from 4 and get 12 points from 12, it goes to show that bloody hell, like the difference now from where we were before Man City, before Arsenal, before Fulham, before Tottenham, the difference where we were from then to now is massive. Like, we've improved so much. We're playing so much better football. Like, the attacking intensity's back, the confidence, the passing. Like, we're doing so many things correctly. We weren't doing it under Amorim. We were playing bang average, mid-table football. That is what was happening. We were playing so badly that we didn't know what to do. We were unrecognisable about what's the style of play. What football are we trying to produce? What are we trying to show? Who are we as a club? Carrick has brought back what Manchester United are, is a free-flowing attacking team. Attacking football, intensity, pressure on and off the ball. Attack. We weren't doing under Amorim. We weren't doing that. It wasn't full-out attack. It was park the bus, counter-attack. At Man United, we don't do that. What are your thoughts on the Glazers now? We must not forget this. The bigger issue here is at the top of the club. We must not forget. The bigger issue is the Glazers and Ineos. We must not forget our challenge is to get those clowns and those Muppets gone. The bigger challenge is still to get this lot removed. And we have to do it. We have to get these clowns gone. And hopefully that will happen. Will it eventually happen? We don't know. But the positives are at the moment that this football club seems to be on cloud 9. We're basically a Bryan Adams song. We're on cloud number 9 at the moment because no one predicted that this situation we're in now would ever happen. But now we're like, oh my God. We're in the Champions League spots here. We're in the top 4. Like, what? Seriously? 12 points from 12? Like, no one would have said that at the start of the Carrick reign. No one would have said that. You look at those 4 games we had, they were massive. And we've come out and won every single game under Carrick. We basically have now gone 8 games unbeaten under Michael Carrick. We've gone 8 games unbeaten because when he took charge of the games in his first interim career here, we didn't lose any of those games. We didn't lose. So we're basically 8 games unbeaten under Michael Carrick now. Looking at the results wise, we're 8 games unbeaten. So that has to be taken into account. 8 games unbeaten under this guy. I think there's going to be one conclusion and one conclusion only. They're going to give him the job. They are going to give Michael Carrick the job. They will give him the job. They're going to give it to him. I think it will happen. I seriously think they'll give him the job on a full-time basis, or they might give him another year to see how he does, and then maybe bring somebody else in if it does go wrong. But today has been another fantastic result. Another win. 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12. Manchester United are moving in the right direction. Manchester United are moving in the right direction under Michael Carrick. Things are only going to get bigger and better for this football club. And obviously, our focus now shifts to Tuesday night because we do play again on Tuesday. We have got West Ham away at the London Stadium on Tuesday night. I think it is a 8:15 kick-off at the London Stadium. So I'm hoping another 3 points. I'm hoping 5 wins from 5, and I'm hoping 15 points from 15. So things are looking good. Things are looking very good, and that smile can't be wiped off my face. But Tottenham's downfall begun after Christian Romero's dismissal. I think that's the big talking point. Christian Romero's dismissal today has really fucked Tottenham up. I can't believe what Romero's done, and I think the Tottenham fans are going to be gunning for him. I think the Tottenham fan supporters are going to be absolutely pissed to the core. They are going to be pissed because going down to 10 players, the game's gone. So I think that's the big talking point. It was the right decision. It was a red card. Tottenham's game plan was gone out the window. Park the bus. Try and keep Man United out as long as possible. But even though Tottenham tried to do that, they couldn't do it. It shows that I think Thomas Frank will be sacked eventually. I think Romero will be gone in the summer as well. I think Romero's causing big issues for Tottenham. But maybe it's because some of those Tottenham players actually care where they want to be at this club. Maybe there's some of the Tottenham players actually do care, but I think a lot of them just don't give a shit under Thomas Frank. And I don't think Thomas Frank's doing himself any favours because the football they're playing is dreadful. So I think Tottenham deserve to lose today. We deserve the win. 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12. Comfortable inside the top 4 and the Champions League spots. Things are looking very good for Manchester United. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you all for tuning into my full-time match reaction today. Please remember to hit that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Please share the live stream if you want to as well. I'd really appreciate it. And our next bit of live content will be on Monday afternoon. Our next bit of live content will be on Monday afternoon now. We will be back with our F125 driver career with Max Verstappen on Monday afternoon. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for all the likes today. 3k likes, and thank you for all the gifts as well. It's very much appreciated. 4 wins from 4, 12 points from 12. Comfortably inside the top 4. Things are looking very good for Manchester United. Let's go again on Tuesday. Do the same to West Ham. Let's make it 5 from 5. 15 points from 15. And let's chase down Man City. Let's chase down Aston Villa. And let's try and maybe challenge Arsenal. But let's see what happens. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. See you all on next one. Come on, United.